Hello everyone and welcome to the Last Life Club podcast. We're up to episode 6 and I'm Gary. Joining me today is Ollie.
Hello.
Chris.
Hello.
Tess.
Hi.
And we're going to start off with finding out what we've been playing. And we're going to go to Ollie through the giggles.
Can we start with someone else and then come back to me because I haven't thought of anything yet?
Oh, we
You haven't
can.
thought about what you've been playing?
No, because I literally haven't. I've been so busy. Come back to me.
Well, I can take over there because I have played Grow Home for the first time, and it's freaking great. I love that game. I think it's amazing. I've got I don't know how far I've got, and I don't really understand what I'm doing, but as far as I can tell, I'm like a little robot that's trying to get home to his ship, and I need to grow an enormous tree to get there.
Oh.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's an old game now, but you know, I only just got a PS4, so.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those little smaller games which was like quite well loved by the audience that got it because it kind of came out of nowhere and it was a kind of 3D style, but it had like a very different kind of control method. How did you get to grips with the controls? Like, is it an easy transition or?
Nah, there's nothing easy about that. It's really hard to control because you basically you don't really control his legs. You sort of control your little robot's head. So you point in a direction, his head moves, and then his legs just rush to keep up. And that means when you stop pressing a direction, his legs just come running in and stuttering about trying to keep him upright. He's hilarious. I think he's amazing, but it does make it very hard to control.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I played that and I didn't get very far because the controllers were like, "This is really funny," and then after 45 minutes, I was like, "Come on."
I sort of got used to it though. I've spent most of my time in the air, so it don't really matter. Also because I'm shit and I fall off the edge all the time, so I just float around until I find somewhere I need to be.
Do you find that the little, when you hold onto the seeds? So for anyone that doesn't know, you have to grow plants by climbing them as a Jack in the Beanstalk. When you're holding onto the seeds that come off the side of the plant, do you find they actually run out before you manage to get to the next?
It depends on the one I'm going to, but it's happened once so far. But then I'm really kind of anal about it, so I'll be there hanging on to this little branch, and I'll zoom the camera way out and be panning around looking for the closest one, getting out my set square, trying to judge the exact distance between these two glowing rocks, trying to make sure I find the one closest. It did happen with one of them though, and I was really worried because I was expecting that by the time I got there, if I couldn't go far enough, the arm would just sling back into the plant. Doesn't make sense, but it's a game, so who cares? But that didn't happen, and you just sort of stop. So as they're hanging onto it and hovering over this void with no idea what the hell that's meant to be doing.
Yeah. I was holding onto one for ages. Is it moving? Is it not moving? I don't know. Should I let go? And I was just still.
Yeah.
For
I just let go, and then you wander back down the branch and grab another offshoot and just grow past it, and it usually works.
But a fun experience, one that you'd recommend to others?
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you can get it, and you probably, if you've got a PS4 and you've had PSN for a bit, you'll probably have it. I had it without realizing because I had it on PSN Plus before I had a PS4, so I just added it and bought in big air quotes because it cost nothing. So still got an email for every bloody one you get, but yeah, I bought it ages ago, and then when I set myself up on this PS4, it's not my PS4 by the way, it's my housemate's. I've never actually owned a PS4. But anyway, I already had it in my menu. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a play. It's great. I really want to play more of it, but I just haven't found the time.
Does that mean that you've taken your PS Plus account off of my PlayStation?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. I have to pay for PS Plus for the first time in my life.
Oh no.
Just in case someone listening from a legal team, that wasn't account sharing. They just said that was something completely different entirely.
Mate, wait for us to get into piracy, Jesus.
No, I don't know, because I think with PS4 it's if you can have your account on 2 devices and it counts, but that's it. That's the limit, or something like that. I don't know.
It's
I can't remember.
5, but you get a primary.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, this will now be the primary, so I don't know how that affects the rest of them.
I'll have to pay for my own PS for them. That's all right. You did me well.
Yeah, man. And it's not really that much a month. Come on, you stingy bastard.
No, it's not.
So then, Ollie, what games did you play then? And rapid round back to you. What games did you play?
Street Fighter 5 and Splatoon.
Oh, mate. How are you getting on with
Switch,
Splatoon? Did you get over the hump of the the people with
No.
more gear?
No, I absolutely didn't. Today I played 6 matches and I won 1
Mate.
because I can't play ranked because I'm not high enough rank to play ranked, so I can only play with randoms who are all at level 50.
Wow.
Oh, great.
So like obviously you buy your gun, so anyone can have any gun, but your items and like clothing and stuff gets its own stats over time. So all of them would have 12 unique stats on their items and only had 1. So I literally just had no chance. And then because you only get 400 points or so for losing. You get however many points you want in the game. You don't get the 1,000 boost. So I'm literally creeping up to level 7. It's taking ages, and then I have to get to 10 before I can even play ranked. And then when I get there, I don't think there's going to be anyone there. But it's been pretty bleak, to be honest.
So it sounds like you're enjoying yourself anyway. But
Well, I've just been grinding away at it because it's so popular. And everyone loves it. Like I saw the YouTube stats for the views of the Switch trailers, and like Splatoon is way ahead of the other games. So I was like, I must be missing something. But like, God,
I love Splatoon.
and
But
the other thing about Splatoon is the music is so shit.
what?
The music is absolutely
Mate,
terrible. It's so irritating
It's
and
fun.
crap.
What are you talking about?
It's not like Mario music is fun. Splatoon music is just like it sounds like Inuit throat singing. That's like
They're the funkiest Inuits you ever heard.
and then I also played Street Fighter 5 against longtime fan of the show, my little brother.
Oh,
Who I'm
right.
not going to name.
Shout out.
At Revios on Twitter.
How's he dealing with Season 2 Ken?
Well, you know how he used to beat us repeatedly. The other day we played 15 games and I won 13 of them.
Wow.
So the nerf has hit him hard.
Are you-
And obviously Urian, who I play, is now top tier.
I was about
So
to say, you basically had Urian or Balrog, so either way you were sitting pretty for this next one.
Oh, mate. As we were playing in last season, I was playing Urian, I was like, Urian is top tier, or he should be top tier. And then now he is. He was so close to being absolutely amazing. They've literally given him everything he needs, and now he's just overpowered. I mean, yeah, Guile is apparently the best character, but Urian is up there.
He's your boy.
Boy.
Wow, wonderful. Well, Tess, what have you been playing?
Mate, I went down to Game at the weekend and took down Battlefield 1 and traded it in for Steep, which I've been playing non-stop since.
Oh.
I didn't realise until I looked it up that this is the first snowboarding game since 2012.
Wow.
So, like, anybody like me who actually likes the genre has been a bit, like, you know, left out. You know, been a bit lonely.
Left down the cold,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah. Out on the slopes with nowhere to go. And, but yeah, it's really good. It's a bit different from like the other ones that are out there, like SSX and stuff, which are obviously like the classics. But it switches it up nicely, and it's very pretty. I guess I can say that. And I've managed to play about 8 hours of it so far without getting bored. So that's good. And apart from that, I've played World of Warcraft with you again.
Oh, it's true.
Hey.
With Steep,
Yes.
like, so when I first saw it, I was like, looks alright, meh. But then I've been speaking to, so I work with two dudes who, like, they go snowboarding and skiing, like, regularly. I don't think either of them go wingsuiting, but they go snowboarding and skiing regularly. And they're like, so because there's Steep and there's that other one, isn't there? That's like, there's Snow. No, there's that one that's like named after a
Mark
dude.
Morris Infinite Air.
Right.
Yeah. So they grabbed all of them. They're like, yeah, Steep is like the most fun of the three if you're after something that just feels like snowboarding and skiing. But I've never done either, so
I've never done either, so I can't answer your question.
damn
it.
But I was wondering if maybe that's like why I personally prefer things like SSX, because I don't know what snowboarding's like. So to me, SSX is snowboarding. This is what it's like.
SSX is good fun, but like, and I mean, SSX 2012 still feels like a good game. It doesn't feel old yet. That sounds pretty sad. I do play it regularly, but like, it's different. It feels more serious, but like, not like, you know, Shaun White is very good, but it's not serious, and SSX is like more serious than Shaun White, but this is like, this takes it to a different level entirely. The paragliding can like do one, can't bother with that, but the rest of it is pretty good.
It also has like a story as well, doesn't it? Apparently,
it
that's
does.
like
It's a
really
bit like-
lame.
Oh, it's a bit like bit like in Tony Hawk, like an excuse for a story where you like become more famous and you take shots of you doing cool stuff. But basically, it's just an excuse to. It's just a reason to have the leveling up mechanic in there. Like, so you can level up by doing these like story missions, but it's basically just you snowboarding down the mountain like you would for fun anyway.
Yeah, because the video I saw, the
Right.
What?
that might be spoilers. I don't know if you've got that. Well, that was in the review. I watched the review and then
You telling me?
I'm gonna edit this out because it might have been a spoiler, and I'm sorry, Tess.
No.
It was in the video review. It was in the Easy Allies video review. They showed it. So yeah, sorry for spoilers.
Right.
Don't edit it out. Just edit in yourself, being like, spoilers ahead. Ahead 2 minutes.
Yeah, like Ollie's gonna ruin your experience of Steep now, guys, just like he did to
No,
Tess.
I'm not gonna edit it out. I'm just gonna bleep it.
Yeah, apparently the.
Okay. Mate, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. 'Cause I'm not gonna edit any. I'm not editing any of this out. So we need to move on.
Yeah.
And move on we shall. For me, I finally got around to playing Doom. I picked up in the Steam sale, and yeah, as I'm sure people have discovered over the last year, it's a hell of a lot of fun. But man, it's just so satisfying, just jumping around, shooting and meleeing. It's a ridiculously amazing game, and the music is so on point. It's absurd.
It's one of the few games that, like, when it came out, it ended up looking better than the trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, that blew me away. I saw like a comparison between the two, and it was like the first game in years that's done that. It's
Yeah.
so nice.
And it's funny because it was in the middle of Bethesda's like, day one embargo kind of stuff, because like they did the multiplayer beta which didn't go down well, and they were like, oh god, people are gonna hate it, and it's just like, no, people hate the multiplayer because it's kind of shitty, but people like the single player because it feels like Doom, but like modern Doom, which is pretty amazing how they pull that off. But yeah, man, I'm fully in love with that. I'm enjoying that a lot. And
I
then,
might check it out.
oh mate, it's definitely worth a go if you've not played it.
I fell into the pre-order trap on that one because we pre-ordered it and I thought I'd cancelled it, but we hadn't. So we've got the collector's edition, came out of my bank account without me expecting. I didn't want it. Nay did. Nay hasn't played it. I have. Yeah.
Wow. So what ridiculous statue came with that one? Was it?
Oh, it's shit.
Oh really? Just a big
Sorry
old lump
for
of
anybody
shit.
who likes it.
Christ.
It's really plasticky. It's the like the demon that's got like the like rocket launcher thing on his back.
Oh, the
standing.
dude.
Oh yeah, well like the
Yeah.
skeleton-y dude.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
standing on a like thing, and there's a red light in it and a fan, and
Wow, that sounds awful. My gosh.
it is awful. Yeah, I mean,
How much was that, if you don't mind me asking?
£100.
Woo, crikey.
I thought I'd cancelled it. I mean, it's not one of those where I knew I'd ordered it. I didn't know until it arrived, and I was like, well, shit. That's on the credit card.
Did you use the unique demon armor set with 3 skin variations, 6 metallic paint colors, and 3 id logo patterns applied to your weapons and armor for multiplayer?
Mate, I didn't even know I had it
Yeah, that's apparently
until
in there.
like now.
I'm looking at this stuff. Like, it even looks shit. Is it got a fan in the base of it?
Yeah, it's got like
Why?
a little fan in the base of it, and it's like this one red LED, and the fan like goes round, so the LED gets like cut off, so it looks like he's like flashing, but it goes so slowly. It goes at like, I mean,
Wow.
I don't know. I don't even know how to explain how slowly it goes. It goes that slow. But
All right, so you
like-
can't even put a crystal over the top of it and put some notes in and make it look like Crystal Maze because it's that slow.
yeah,
Is that
exactly,
bad?
mate. It's that bad. It's that bad.
Oh, it's described as the slow spinning turbine from the UAC.
Oh, of course.
Classic character.
Yeah.
And everyone loves
Crazy.
Turbine.
But yeah, so that's the one not to get.
But the game itself
the game is great.
is
Yeah,
good.
the game is great. The game is great. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that's...
Gary, have you started your hashtag Shin Megami Tensei
I have not.
Wii game? I wanna
Tokyo
hear about
Mirage
that.
sessions. I have
Yeah.
not. Mate, I started Doom. Mate, that was also my backlog thing. I did that. What do you
Yeah.
want?
Well, I want you to play.
I can't even remember what games you were playing this week.
Yeah, that's true. I've been really busy, man. I've not been.
But yeah, I will get around to it because the more I've seen of it, the better it looks. So I'm kind of intrigued, especially because, well, as we know from the Switch announcement, there was Shin Megami Tensei stuff there, which is a perfect segue to talk about Switch stuff. Boom. We had a podcast at the weekend which dealt with all the announcement kind of fun, but absent were Chris and Tess. So I'm more intrigued to know what you guys generally think about it. So Chris, kick us off. Switch.
I like it. I like the look of it. Like I watched the presentation, which was dry as hell. Like it was really kind of dull when it wasn't like trailers and stuff. The actual people on stage were kind of boring. I don't think it helped that the translators were terrible. But
Yeah.
I really like it. Like there were a few things that I was like immediately concerned about. Like things like how few launch games there are and stuff. But then like the more I look at it, like I was looking at all of the launch titles of the other consoles, Nintendo consoles specifically, and there were only like 3 in there that I ever played on each of them anyway. So I don't know if I'm just worried because it's a low number, or if I'm worried because they're games I don't want to play. Because all the games that are coming out on it are all games I want to play, except maybe Just Dance. But otherwise, I quite liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm still gonna get it. I'll get it. Yeah, day one. Sorted.
Before I go over to Tess, I'm just going to say that the 5 that are confirmed for launch are Zelda 1, 2 Switch, Skylanders Imaginators, Just Dance, and Bomberman R, which is 5 for launch. But yeah, Tess, what do you think?
Mate, I think I wrote about what Reggie said about the launch titles, and he said that the launch is not the be-all and end-all. And I think in that I got down my thoughts on it as well, and I completely and utterly agree. I mean, I think you're much better off I think you're much better off launching with a smaller number of titles that look better, and then adding them in, over time and sustaining the console than pushing it all out at launch. There's only ever one game anyone remembers, and that's the one they bought it with, and and then the rest of it just gets lost in the backlog of games that you've got. So I wasn't convinced. I didn't watch the presentation, but then I watched the Zelda trailer and I watched bits and pieces of it, and I am more sold on it than I ever was. 100%. Like, really want one. We'll probably end up with one much sooner than I thought I would, and I've already pre-ordered Zelda, even though I haven't got any intention of buying a Switch for a little while.
You should get the you get the Wii U version.
No, I want the Switch version because it's a collector's edition, mate. God.
Oh,
Look at my little
right.
sword, haven't I? Come on.
Have you seen the gameplay differences between the Wii U and the Switch version of Zelda?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
It's like the sound of environmental sounds at high quality on the Switch.
Oh, well, that's something.
The lighting looks better though. But anyway,
Yeah.
Chris is probably about to be like outraged that I've pre-ordered a game for console I haven't got.
Well, I'm just wondering because you pre-ordered a game that launches on the same day the console it's on comes out.
Yeah, but I can afford the game.
Oh, shit. This is true. That was one thing where I was a bit like, ooh, when I got the price of it. I was a bit like, ooh, that's a touch higher than I was expecting. But also, I was like, I reckon it's going to be 300. So, it's all right. It's about where I'm at,
So 280 with no pack-in is all right for you?
No, but I was expecting to pay like 300 with like a shit party game attached to it. So I don't know. I think I'll be all right paying a touch more and getting like Breath of the Wild day one, and then just having it to play that, and then I can just pick up something else. I am absolutely not typical though. Like I'm really fortunate that I started a new job that pays me well. So that is, I'm sort of still trying to get used to that and like spending far too much than I actually.
By the way, that sounded like it was an accusatory tone, like, is that all right with you? But I just meant, like, how do you feel on it? Because it is one of those things, it's weird that we haven't seen a single box which is like the Legend of Zelda box. I was expecting that to be like a no-brainer, like a SKU with like it built in, like.
Yeah, which considering like it's like their big new title on their big new console, I was expecting to see a Switch with like a massive like Zelda, like the title Zelda Breath of the Wild, the title screen bit. I was expecting like a Switch with like that written on the back of the touchpad or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
don't know. All we've got is some stickers.
Yeah, stickers. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, they've done the collector's edition stickers for their little Joy-Cons, which is a little bit less than I was maybe expecting too. But...
Oh, the like grip wristband things for the Joy-Cons immediately make it feel like way better. Like even just looking at the people, when I saw him holding the Joy-Con by itself, I was like, that looks uncomfortable. But with the little extra bit slotted on the side, that's like just enough that I'm like, all right, I'll get by. I'll manage that. That's
what do you think of the younger brother one, aka the one on the right, where the stick's in the middle, not even on the left?
Oh yeah, it's a little bit weird.
It basically is. It's going to be, you got that one. You're like, oh mate, and you're going to get these like people growing up with like hideously deformed, huge thumbs on the left hand.
It's just Nintendo supporting like little brother syndrome all over again.
It's like, I love the Switch. He puts up his thumb to do a thumbs up, and it's like massive. You're like,
Speaking of little kids, I've got a little kid life hack to do with the Switch. If you're a little kid and you listen to this podcast, first of all, shame on you, because you should listen to this.
It's way too grown up for you.
Marked as explicit on iTunes.
Yeah.
Secondly, if your mum is using her phone to turn your game off when you're about to win at Mario Kart, just turn the Wi-Fi off. She won't be able to do it anymore. That's my little life hack. There you go. She'll be protected.
What if you're playing it online?
Well, no, because obviously, mate, they're little kids. They're not stupid. They know that's not what I mean.
Yeah,
and they put it on your
how many little kids have you met?
You're misleading, mate.
I'm very influenced by like my own like little cousins, and they're all morons. I hope they don't listen to this, but they are. I'm sorry, you guys.
Shout outs to the cousins. Day one listeners still there today. Thank you.
They're hanging in there.
One?
No matter how much I tell them not to.
Well, as a little thing, I've got a picture here of the launch lineup. Well, not just the launch lineup though. It's basically the lineup for the whole of 2017. So I'm just going to go through it quickly and just ask which ones people are happy with. But I'll just run down them super fast. We had the 5 that were already there for launch, and then for March we've got Snipper Clips, Fast RMX, Has Been Heroes. And then for April 28th we got Mario Kart Deluxe 8. Spring 2017 is Arms Disgaea 5, Puyo Puyo Tetris and Rhyme. Summer we've got Splatoon 2. Autumn we've got Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Holiday, Super Mario Odyssey. And then the nebulous title of some point this year is Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Ultra Street Fighter 2, Minecraft, FIFA, Sonic Mania, I'm Setsuna, Siberia 3, NBA 2K, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and Steep. Which ones of those grabs you? And Ollie, I heard you yelling when Snipper Clips came up.
That's what we were doing. I thought we were yelling as you went through them.
Oh, mate, I was
going to do it too, but too much hype.
Bulldozed, sorry.
Snipper Clips.
Yep.
I want Bomberman R. I want Sonic Mania and Street Fighter 2. I don't really care about the little controllers. I kind of think like if I'm buying it on the Switch, it's because I want to play with someone that isn't necessarily into it.
Yeah.
You know, like say I bring it on a holiday. I go on holiday with my mates like one of the years. So say I bring it then, they won't care. They'll be like, "Oh, cool, a little controller." They're not going to be like, "Where's my arcade stick?" So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm with you on Snipper Clips. That game looks like dope. It looks really cool. I listened to the Switch Impressions podcast, and when you brought it up, I was like, "What the is that game that you've just mentioned?" Snipper Clips. I don't remember seeing anything. And then you described it, and I was like, "That looked amazing. That looked so cool." Yeah, I'm well excited for that. And Rhyme as well. Weirdly, 'cause I've seen that for a while. I think that's getting a PC release, or may have already had a PC release.
It's coming to PlayStation.
PlayStation, yeah.
Oh, is it PlayStation? Mate, I'm out of the loop. I'm an idiot. But I know it's coming out soon already for another platform.
And it does look beautiful as well. Again,
it looks gorgeous, and it's my sort of game. So like excited for that. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like when it was, so I was like sat in my living room doing like a little bit of tidying, watching the presentation, and I saw the like guy running down the field, and it pans up to like, that massive creature, and I was like, "It's Xenoblade. It's Xenoblade. I know it's Xenoblade." And then it comes up at the end, Xenoblade, and I was like, "Yes." I'm really excited for that game. I love it, man. Anything where there's like everything is just massive, I'm well into it straight away.
Love it. What about you, Tess? What ones grab you?
Hey, I don't know. I feel like I can't say because I feel like I'm going to get embarrassed now that I'm actually excited for ARMS.
No.
Because
No, it
you
looks
were
cool.
like on the podcast, you were like, "Oh, arms, oh, that looks stupid," blah. But like, I really want to play it really bad. And then there's the Tetris.
Boy Tetris. Oh.
Yeah, mate. Like, how long have I been like things I've been waiting for a long time? Another Tetris game, another Bomberman game, mate. I'm fucking set here, mate. I'm on to the winner.
You can play arms with a controller, so that makes me want to play it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be motion control. You can just.
Are you sure?
Why would you
Yeah,
not
sure.
motion control though?
Because I want to win.
You've got an excuse to hit somebody in the face that way, like. in
No, I
real
want to
life.
win. I don't want to throw my arms out. I want to throw my back out playing a video game.
Well,
I'm going to be 26 soon. Jesus.
Really
Freaking
soon.
granddad, mate.
So yeah, but you can use a controller there. So
Yeah.
cool.
No,
But,
I like the sound of that. I do like the look of arms. I think it was, although I'm with you guys, the initial like video where it's just like some super buff dude in like a work shirt
Yeah,
suit
like a suit,
type
yeah.
thing, and like the schoolgirl. I was like, where the hell is this going? what direction have you started taking your business? This is not an audience that you want to cater to. And then they started beating each other up with like ribbony arms. So
As is tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, no one mentioned Super Mario Odyssey. No one wants to go to New Donk City. I mean,
Mate, it's an obvious choice. That's why.
Mate. I've seen the like mod somebody's done to GTA, and I would
Oh,
much rather
yes.
have that game.
wait, what? What?
Have you not
Somebody
seen it?
modded Mario into
Yeah.
GTA 5.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, you need to get down and watch that. That is so funny. But no,
I'll link it in the show notes for
yeah,
anyone
do
listening.
it. I mean, apart from that, there's obviously Sonic Mania. Who's buzzed for that?
Oh, I said it. So-
Kinda, yeah. Like,
Yeah, really?
yeah. Well, I mean, although, like you guys say, its USP is that it's just not shit. But,
yeah.
for a Sonic-
It's just Sonic again,
Just
because
not
this is
shit.
when we didn't fuck it up. Yeah. Like,
Although I'd quite like if the controls were a little tighter. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's basically just like playing an original Sonic game, but I didn't really like the controls on the original Sonic game. I'm a heretic, I know,
mate,
but
I love your Sonic critic voice.
because they were like really like
I'm
floaty
sure.
and skiddy, and I'm like, it's not fun.
Mate, that's how it was supposed to be.
Mate, so you're telling me that it's enjoyable to run up a slope, be halfway up a slope,
And then fall
Jump.
down it.
and you have no idea which direction you're going to go in. If you're on an angle and you jump, you'll go in a random direction. Sonic don't
No.
care.
Sonic doesn't give a shit. It's the best thing going.
He's got too much attitude to care about things like that.
Mate, Shadow's even worse.
He'll just shoot the ramp in frustration.
Comes out of the television and punches you in the face.
Nah, that's alright. It'll be okay. To be honest, there are a lot of games coming out that I'm excited for. It's just that a lot of them aren't anything that's like super interesting or new by comparison. Like Sonic Mania is great. We've got a lot of good Sonic games. We've got a lot of bad ones, but we've got a lot of good ones still. But like things like Snipper Clips, that's weird and interesting, and I like that. And like Rhyme, which is like an adventure game, and I guess we've got a few things like that recently. But again, it's sort of weird and interesting, and I like that. And then Zelda is just me
Zelda.
being like, it's classic Zelda. And I haven't played one, but this one looks like freaking great, so...
Yeah, it's one of those things. I still don't think I'm going to get it early, but by the time Christmas time comes out, it's Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Zelda, and Puyo Puyo Tetris are all on it, and that's
it's
so
so
pretty
strong,
cool.
That's such a strong line.
But yeah, it's just I still think that it's got a shit ton of potential, but I just don't know if they're fully capitalizing on it yet. But
Yeah, I hope they
that they
it.
do, But also, so we might as well just go for it. Launches, or a little bit while after, or Christmas. What do you guys reckon? Ollie first.
What do you mean when I'm going to get it?
Yeah, if you're gonna get
Oh,
it.
like I'm getting like October
October.
before the Christmas rush, but after the inevitable price drop.
Yeah, Chris.
March or April.
March,
Yeah,
April. Wow, strong.
Absolutely. And it literally just kind of depends on like shop talk for a bit. Like I've just got like stuff that I need to pay for, but if my income matches, I'll be like, yeah, I'll just get it March. That's
Awesome.
fine. I'm not having a problem with this.
Yeah. And Tess, when are you gonna get it?
Mate, I want to say I'm going to wait until it's bundled in with something at Christmas, but I'm probably going to end up with it at the end of April. I'll probably just be like, come on a podcast and be like, well, got it. Don't know what to do with it, but I got it. didn't really want it. Just found myself with it.
We'll play some
Yeah.
online. Can you play 1-2 Switch online?
Oh mate, I hope so. I'm actually really looking forward to that game. I'm not bothered about paying full price for it either at all.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. And the online is the weird one as well, because the way that they worded it, it made it sound like, hey, here's your trial before, you have to pay for it. In reality, it's like, you don't have to pay for it while we're building it, and then when we've fully built it, then you're going to pay for it. That's actually what's probably happening, and most people said it is actually happening, so...
Yeah, their messaging is a bit weird sometimes with Nintendo in it. They don't really know what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I've seen that hasn't been massively picked up is that they're adding online to the Virtual Console. That's quite
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yeah, they're building it into older games as well.
That's interesting.
What, like Dig Dug? Sorry.
But yeah, so I mean, that's cool. If they work that well, then hey, you bought it for the third time on a different Virtual Console, but at least you get to go online with it.
Yeah.
I really hope they address that in some manner. Like, it's so frustrating.
Just to clarify for me, because I'm not really sure. The paid thing, is it a bit like Xbox Live or PSN, or is it different to that?
Go on, Gary.
No, I was about to say, you pay for basically online, but they didn't message fully whether it's required for every single game for all online multiplayer. But that's what the assumption is. Plus, you get access to a game for a month, and then after that, you do not have access to that.
Right.
Oh, that was a kick in the teeth, wasn't it? That was a weird one to...
Yeah, and it's out of a choice of NES and SNES games as well, so it's not like they're losing anything really on it. I mean...
So you can use it without having the paid subscription service?
Well, the thing is that their messaging isn't clear, but I would assume not for online gaming.
Well, yeah, but not if you're not going to then... If you just buy it for a console to play at home with you locally, then you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not always online.
What I use it for anyway, yeah.
I would freaking hate if they were like, oh yeah, by the way, you have to pay a month. You have to pay $280 up front, and now you have to pay like a monthly subscription to keep playing your home console. I'm like, nah.
No,
Just turn the Wi-Fi off. Sort you right out.
Yeah, but what if they're like, yeah, if you can't get online, it's just locked, mate.
Oh,
that's what Xbox tried to do before I got them.
Yeah. But no,
it's not going to happen though.
Their online is purely optional, and it's purely for like multiplayer stuff and for accessing virtual consoles, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And moving on from that, which was actually pretty positive, really. It's just a few things that Nintendo can do on their side to tweak it, to make it a bit more palatable. But moving on from that is on to Chris and his beef with PlayStation 4.
Oh, mate, so... I like the PlayStation 4, right? I like the games that are on it. I like a lot of the exclusive games. I like the PSN setup, the way you pay monthly, but you also just get like a bunch of free games each month, and I've built like a library of games out of that. And that's great. But the menu on the PS4 is just pants on head stupid. I hate that frickin' thing. Like, you get in there, and it's just this list of nonsense. To get to the list of things that you can play, you've got to go all the way to the end of this list to get to your library, and then you can decide on what you want to play. Like, it's like, okay, this is the last thing you played. Like, yeah, but what if I don't care about what I played last? That's my only beef with it. That's my only beef.
That's alright. That's not so bad.
No, it's not so bad. But this came about because my housemate, she got the PS4, right, and she was trying to set it up, and I sort of sat there watching. And it made me realise that if you don't already have like an understanding of how this layout is meant to work, it is so unintuitive, like what is where and how you set stuff up. Like it's really dumb.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like even though I've had a PS4 for like 2 years, I'm still finding out how to do stuff.
Yeah, it's just really weird how like it's really difficult to work out where you need to go to activate something. So to switch a user, so you're logged in as someone, you want to switch to someone else, you go to the power menu.
Yeah.
Power menu. That's controlling the power.
Yeah.
User doesn't turn the... Well, they do turn the console on and off, but like the person that's logged in, when you're switching that around, you're like, nah, I'd go to user or go to like user menu, not power. Mate, I don't understand it. I was going to say, to check your downloads, you don't go to like a downloads bit or like network. You go to notifications, which then has a downloads thing. But the downloads bit isn't notifications that whether downloads are done or not. It's downloads that are happening. That's not a notification. That's progress.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it. I think it's some weird decisions went in there.
Yeah, it's the fact that you can't turn it off without turning on your television. That really annoys me. Like I go to plug the controller in to charge it, and it's got a really fragile like home button. If you press that, it turns the console on. But if you want to turn it off fully, you have to go through the power menu. Otherwise, it goes into standby. So if I accidentally turn it on, I have to turn my TV on to turn the console off, so I can see the menu.
Man.
It's
That's
so
kind of
annoying.
solved. Because we've got a Slim, which has literally got a physical button right on the front of it.
Oh, right,
You
yeah.
can't accidentally push. You have to like embed your finger into the console to turn it on and off from the
Yeah.
console.
Well,
Which is quite nice.
My power button on mine just puts it into rest mode. But I want it to turn it off fully. I don't care about rest mode. It's
Yeah,
wasteful.
man. That's my only real beef with the PS4. Otherwise, I think it's great.
Yeah, you're saying basically you want a Blade style UI. That's what you want.
I just think that the
Like that Xbox Blades.
oh mate, that was horrendous. I remember when I was really young, in like DT or whatever the hell you call it now, when you like make stuff. I made a handheld, I made a prototype of a handheld Xbox.
Wow.
And I remember printing out, scaling down, printing out, and cutting out a picture of the like Xbox Blade interface. Kind of this like, polystyrene model to like make it look real. And even then, I was like, "This is terrible." Like my model is horrendous, and it looks better than this interface I've stuck on front of it. I think I lost marks because of that, but whatever. I'm not bitter.
Sounds it.
Do you remember the noises that used to make? Like you'd change something. Yeah, that was so stupid. It was like a shaver, or like, it looked like a razor advert or something. Like, sliding it out. Oh man.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. I just put some thought into it. I don't think anyone's done it well. Like there's an Xbox One here as well. Also my housemates. I don't buy my own stuff. I just wait for someone else to buy it for me. I don't think that's particularly great either. I think that's a weirdly awful, convoluted
it's horrendous.
way of doing it. And they do the same thing. If you want to switch user, you have to go to the power menu. It makes no sense. But whatever. I'm over it.
Got it out now. It's done.
Well, there you go. And talk about getting beef out. I know that Tess is going to talk about Gearbox's beef with Nintendo.
Mate. Right, so there I was, sitting on my lunch break, reading little news stories, and I'm quite excited about Borderlands 3. I like Borderlands a lot. And the other day, Gearbox turned around and said, well, we've got the pre-sequel on the Nvidia Shield, why wouldn't we put it on the Switch, you know? And then about 2 days later, they've gone, well, we were in talks for 3 on the Switch, but Nintendo stopped talking to us. So, like, I don't know what's going on there exactly, but they've suddenly, like, decided to out Nintendo as, like, really uncooperative, and I don't think Nintendo's even said anything about it yet.
Gearbox just got no chill. Like Nintendo have got a lot on at the moment.
Yeah, I know,
Give them a couple
they're
weeks
busy
to get back
guys.
to you. Yeah, they've probably seen the 2 ticks like scene, and he's like. And
So Borderlands 3 on the Switch.
That's a WhatsApp joke, by the way.
Yeah.
that was a WhatsApp joke, yeah. What's the name of that guy? Randy Pitchford.
Yes.
Yeah.
He tweeted out some porn the other day, didn't he?
Oh, mate, Hobbycraft.
Oh, did he?
What?
Hobby grade?
What?
Hobby grade? That was his thing.
What?
He was describing that Battleborn. He was like, he put a load of buzzwords together and he just went, it's a hobby grade shooter at the end for Battleborn.
Oh, right. Well, it was actually about Battleborn. Yeah, he tweeted a link to Battleborn porn. Like,
Wow.
because that's the only thing that he could think of that could possibly get people to stop playing Overwatch. I move on to his game. Like,
Nice.
Oh,
the
Classic.
wow.
CEO of a company tweeting porn. Like, there could be children following him. Doesn't matter. What does he care?
That's mad though. Like, I played a lot of Borderlands 2. I didn't really play 1 very much, but I liked 2. I think it'd be good fun to be able to play that on like 3 on a Nintendo console. Play it a little portable, you know, sitting up in bed, lit only by the screen and the screams of those like weird dudes that wear like
Like young
shorts
psychos.
and
Yeah.
Psychos, yeah.
shout horrible things about my mother.
Yeah. Well, who knows how it will develop in the future, but as it stands now, not looking good for Gearbox and Nintendo collaboration. But I know that Ollie wanted to talk about Piracy. There's no Sue segue there. It's just Ollie wants to talk about piracy.
Yeah, I do. I thought I'd ask I have a little morality problem at the moment that I really want to download something. I never pirate anything. I literally haven't pirated anything for like, I don't know, 5 years or 6 years maybe.
Just because, sounds like a confession here. What's going on?
Hang on, just because...
So never is a lie.
Well, as I've grown older, as now I am a creator myself, I know how annoying it is when someone rips you off or when someone pay you or anything else. You know, like I'm up to midnight editing this podcast. It's only an hour long. Whereas like if I made a video game that was, 100 hours long and someone stole it, I'd be pretty pissed off. But on the other hand, I also really want to download Fightcade, which is an online arcade emulator which has 30 games with it. Mm-hmm. Basically, you can play games like Street Fighter 2, Alpha, all those King of Fighters. You can play them online against people all over the world. It's not in like a morally grey area. Like it actually is illegal. Like there's no, I can't say like I mean, on one hand, I don't like pirating it, but on the other hand, I've bought Street Fighter 2 like 30 times. And if it did come out again on, say, the Switch version comes out on the PS4, I will buy it. Like, there's no doubt. So I was just wondering what you guys thought about piracy, because I don't know what to do.
I mean, that was always my general, like, not rule, because I'm not going to say that I've, whatever. But if I bought a game, then in the future, if I was to have a copy of it or a ROM of it, if it was inconvenient otherwise for me to play the copy that I have, then I foresee that as being okay, Just pirating stuff carte blanche is like, that's certainly not in the same realm, but if you literally have a copy of it and you just want to carry on playing that same game that you bought and that you enjoyed, then I think that is certainly a lot more palatable and acceptable. That's where I've come on it. What do you guys think?
How much does Fightcade cost? Because I can't actually see.
It's free.
Right.
That's why it's illegal. Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's piracy.
Completely confused. I was like, he doesn't want to pay for this emulator thing, right? Okay, that's what. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
now the piracy problem is the games included, I imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a stupid moment from Tess. But like, I don't know, man. Like what Gary said, I guess you've paid for it. Time and time again, and they can't be like losing massive money on these games, surely.
Yeah. What about you though? Did you ever pirate anything?
Mate, no, I don't pirate anything.
We all know how much money Tess pays on like freaking day one
true.
purchases for games she's not even gonna play day one.
You can't pirate a pre-order stack.
Shush. I think the worst thing I've ever done is log on to a World of Warcraft private server, and that's not even like that bad. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's I don't know.
It's alright. We can't talk about it. Like no one's gonna know. Like no one listens to the show. That's a lie. Loads of people listen to it, but no one important does.
Even if they did, they got no
Slag
proof.
them off.
I could just be doing it as a joke.
Find
My
me.
friend listens to it.
Oh yeah, what did she work for the FBI?
She wouldn't tell you, Ollie.
Let's shut it down.
Ollie.
Shut it down.
But I don't. Okay, I can tell you, yeah, that's fair enough. Do it. But like I say, I've never pirated anything. I pay for everything, so my opinion is completely invalid on this.
What about you, Chris? What do you think about piracy?
So I'm a naughty boy, basically.
Here we go.
All right.
or have been the. All right, Gary. Or I have been in the past, right? And I've sort of like I've been involved in that, and like picking up stuff like that. I generally try not to now, because I think I'm in the same boat as you, Ollie, where it's like I can totally understand how if you've made a thing, and then somebody just goes and basically takes it, and they're like, yeah, well, I'm benefiting from all of your hard work, but you're getting nothing back from it. Then that's a dick move.
Yeah.
But then it's also like if I'd made a game and sold it to somebody 11 times, and then they took one for free, the 12th one for free, I'd be like, mate, you've earned it. Like,
Yeah.
that's alright. Yeah, but the thing is, right, is with stuff like that, that's a tricky one to decide, because there are other ways of getting those games like legitimately, right? You can get some of them
Yeah,
and
you can
actually
get them on
purchase them and pay
Steam
for
or
them.
PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah, but it's like they're all over the place. You can't generally play these things like online as easily,
Yeah.
which I guess is what the selling point of this Fightcade thing is, right? It just gets them online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. Like I don't know. I feel weird about that. About like being morally against it, if it's a game that's like either a pain in the ass to get or impossible to get, or that you can't have the same experience with anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I would endorse you though, Oliver. I will stand up in
Okay.
court and be like, Your Honour, he's done nothing wrong.
I have. If I haven't done it yet, but I am going to do it. So,
God, he's
see you
slick, isn't
online.
That's why he's asked us on here, so we've got evidence that we told him to do it.
Yeah, but this could just be the whole thing could be a scripted joke.
Yeah.
he? And of course it is.
I think it's just hard to know where to draw the line with like when is it okay to steal it. Do you know what
I mean, like, if we're gonna go down the like hard and fast, never.
never.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Legitimately, like, it's never okay to steal stuff.
Yeah.
Kids don't steal.
Yeah,
Stay
that's
in
not
school.
one of my life hacks. That's not one of my life hacks, kids.
Life hack: steal things instead of paying for them, and you'll have so much money left over to pay for them.
Don't pay for it if you already have. Like,
I paid for a loaf of bread once, never paid for it again. Just take it.
Just recycled it, mate.
Oh.
And moving on from that classy note, you can't really build back after that, but yeah, it's certainly a topic it's gonna dog games for a while, especially as more and more games are not able to be replicated again. Like if there's games like on the Wii U with its bespoke software, you're never gonna get that experience again. And so it's going to be hard for that to be re-released. But if you could find a way to get that in the future, and there's no other way to get it, then, I mean, for restorative purposes of just having this stuff archived and chronicled, then it is important that there's versions of these games out, so it doesn't just die and it just fade away. So, yeah, it's intriguing. It is intriguing, and it's problematic for some. But, hey, interesting topic indeed. We're going straight from something interesting to something that may or may not work. And it's a quiz. It's a quiz, eh? Oh.
Whoa, I'm excited.
hey,
Hey.
we get little buzzer noises.
Only I
buzzer
can.
noises.
I'm the only one with the soundboard.
Oh, mate.
Do you remember that game? Like, do you remember that game Buzz? You had like the custom
Yeah.
controller with the big red
I
button
had
on
that.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
Their studio used to be in Brighton. They're shut down now, but you know,
That
they
was
were
a good
fun.
game. That
I
was a
saw their
good
game in Cash Converters yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's like that's worse than finding it in CEX, isn't
It
it?
was it was in the window, mate. I didn't go in.
Christ.
Just covering himself there.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, no buzzers. So it's first come, first serve. Just yell it out. But you can only yell out once, and then once everyone's had their goes, then we'll just whoever can get it. But there's 7 questions, and I've got a tie break if it's all evened up. But basically, it's a case of yelling. So probably who's got the strongest internet connection probably is going to win. So
Also, just say don't yell. Just
Don't
speak.
yell.
Because I have to edit it.
I mean, I was
How about I
yelling.
yell but really far away from the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want.
Cool. Right, I like it. I want the energy.
Oh man. But yeah. So moving on to question 1. Excluding Breath of the Wild. Sorry, I haven't been the click sound. That's the go. But yeah. Excluding Breath of the Wild and spin-offs like the CDI games and Hyrule Warriors, how many consoles have there been Legend of Zelda games on?
5.
Are
Go again? Not it.
you counting portables?
This is consoles. Not consoles.
Right.
This is any systems it's been on, basically.
Oh, okay.
You.
You can guess again if you want, Chris. Go for it.
No,
9.
Right, I don't know.
9, you guessed? That's
Yep.
incorrect.
What?
Tess?
7.
Oh, what?
Oh, it was actually 10.
Oh.
10.
Oh, what?
Let's hear it.
Can I get a list, please?
NES, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, N64, Wii, Nintendo DS, and Nintendo 3DS, and GameCube.
That's 9, mate.
And GameCube.
NES, SNES, Game Boy, N64, Game Boy Color, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Wii, DS, and 3DS.
10.
That's 10. He's right. He can do the math.
Count to 10.
He's literally got it written down in front of him, and probably said it wrong the first time.
Cheat.
How many of you all have actually played like more than one Zelda game?
I've
Me.
played tons, yeah.
I have them all.
Really?
Yeah, I have them all right now.
Well, like Oracles of Seasons and Ages and Minish Cap?
Yeah, Bryony's a massive Zelda fan, so she brought when we moved in
right.
together. She brought them all in.
Play.
She's
Love
even
it.
got the Master Disc Ocarina of Time GameCube.
Oh, man. That's amazing.
She got them all.
She's Zelda mad!
Yeah, she is, honestly.
I played Ocarina of Time for about 17 minutes or something, and then I think it crashed or broke or bugged out on me, and I just never went back to it. That's my sum total Zelda experience.
Well, you're missing out, mate, because that's
why
literally
I'm-
one of my favourite games ever.
Man, it's why I'm hyped for the Switch, because I
man.
haven't played a Zelda game, and that one looks like the best. So I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll pay 330 quid for it.
Small price to pay for Zelda, eh? Oh, God.
I've managed to get one piece of the Triforce in the original one, and that's about as far as I've ever got in a Zelda game.
Jeez. So the newcomers are really excited, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's appeal.
Yeah, so
Its
excited
appeal's
that I'm
still
gonna
there.
pre-order it before I can play it.
I'm never getting over this, Tess. You've got a problem, man. Like you need to talk to someone.
Last month alone, I bought over 30 games, man. I don't
Oh
know
my
what's
God,
wrong with
that is
me.
disgusting.
Tess, I care about you and I respect you, but god damn, go just talk to someone, please.
Yeah, that's a whole nother quiz, so I'm not even going to get started on that. But after that interlude, we're at question 2, and this is one that I reckon people should get. What recently rebooted series did Rihanna Pratchett work on?
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Ah,
Ollie,
yeah.
there you go. One
Oliver.
point to Ollie.
Thank you.
Question 3. What year was Steam launched in?
2004.
No.
Fuck. 2003? Oh, I can't. Oh, sorry.
2005.
No.
Ah.
Chris?
Oh god. 2000?
No. Ollie did say it, but it was 2003.
Yeah, I remember
That's the
because
second.
first time I went to my friend's house at high school, he had Steam just after it came out, and I started high school in 2002, so I tried to, don't worry about it.
Tried to backtrack it.
Yeah, basically.
That would have been way back when it had that like weird, horrible green interface everything.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
All right. In what game series would I be collecting musical notes and jiggies in?
Banjo-Kazooie.
Boom. 2. Running away with it.
Man,
Fucking on fire.
Especially
yeah,
because
Ollie
this
has an
next...
advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Ollie has an advantage because he's got like a weird like.
Autism.
Yeah, I'm going for without so many with fewer
And
words.
moving on from that. And unfortunately, this one's quite a hard one. Because try your best on it. Name the 2 games beta testers of the original Xbox Live played, and there's 2 of them. Point for each.
That's insane, mate. What?
I know.
Christ.
Is one of them Fusion Frenzy?
That's not Fusion Frenzy.
Can I have one more guess?
Go for it, yeah.
Brute Force?
No.
Okay, I'll give up then.
It's a tricky one. I'll give you 5 seconds more.
I bet Bradley would have got it. He loves
4,
it.
Mate,
3.
I'm not even old enough
2.
to know this.
Oh, fuck off!
The beta testers of the original Xbox Live played a game called Revolt and NFL Fever. But yeah,
What
that was a
great.
tricky one. I'm not gonna lie.
Everyone loves American football games in England, don't they?
Can't believe I forgot that.
Oh wait, is that like revolt? That like revolt? It's the like
yeah, with like a exclamation mark at the end. Revolt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like you
Like RC
race
car
as
one.
as an RC car. I remember that
Yeah.
game.
Mate, it was cool. It was a cool game.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was like one of like the original live games.
I know, it's
Christ.
crazy. And like, I think originally that was during the beta, and like the live one of them was like Unreal Championship, and the other one was like Mech Assault, I think.
Oh, nice.
So there you go, classics, as we all know. And how many bits was the CPU in the PlayStation 1?
128.
No.
Yes.
64?
No.
Mm,
Come on, Tess.
I don't even bloody know, mate. 100 and something. 20.
It was 32. 32-bit gaming.
Yes, that was the logical next step.
Yeah, because the N64 had double. That was the thing at the time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wait, neither did I.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't know anything,
So
apparently.
my thinking there was straight up, oh, it's more powerful than the N64, 128. I just doubled it. That's all I did. It's just times 2. It's easy.
Yeah, no, it was half, and it had discs, so it had more storage, but N64 was quicker loading, and it had double the CPU power. There you go. I'm a nerd, so I knew that. And finally, so this is basically just for honour here, because Ollie's pretty much won at this point. In what PlayStation 1 game did I collect a chalice to get to the Hall of Heroes when I completed a level? And I will give
Medieval.
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 3-0. Jesus.
Mate, I got it and you dropped out and I still managed to get it. I heard Chalice and then Pool of Heroes and that was it. I was like, Medieval!
There you go.
Weird little internal search Ollie's got going on. I just need keywords. Just that. I'll find it. Got it in my brain somewhere.
Oh, man. So
Can I hear the tiebreak question anyway?
The tiebreak question was it was basically running through European console release dates, and so it was going to be tricky. First one, just do this, for health, whatever. SNES, what year was that? You can just guess as many times as you want now. This is
94?
Close.
96?
Down a bit.
96.
93?
92.
I was
Sega
one, mate.
Saturn.
Oh, shit. That was...
96?
Close.
95?
No.
97.
95.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
95. And this is one that you should get. PS2.
2000?
Boom. 2000. Okay. But
Same
yeah.
as my little brother, that's how I remember his birthday. I'm like, oh yeah, the PS2 is 17 years old. So my little brother is.
Is your little brother a PS2?
I wish.
I wish. Oh man, there you go. But there you go. So the brain box for this week is Oliver. So there you go. Do you want to say a speech for the amazing thing that you just managed to do? Impressing the world with your amazing knowledge.
I'd like to thank everyone for participating in the quiz, and I request next quiz we have less date-related questions because they're not fun to answer.
No.
Less numerical questions. It's like
Just a bit of constructive criticism.
You're just insulting my quiz now. So
Mate,
there's going to be no
numerical
questions about
answers.
Street Fighter ever that turn up. And now we're going to talk about things that we enjoyed a bit more, evidently, in that quiz, which I thought was great.
it was good.
And it's on to favourites. And basically, this week is favourite bosses that you had that you enjoy in games that you enjoyed a lot. For myself, because I never go first, I'm going to do it first this time, and it allows people to think about it. Was the end from Metal Gear Solid 3? It was like just playing it for the first time is incredibly tense. Like Metal Gear Solid 3, they took it back in time, and it's in the Russian jungle, and it's the tense sniper duel with this old man called the End, who's basically wants one last battle, and it's this tense like run through the undergrowth, and it's like looking around for like the glint of his like sniper scope, so you can like shoot him and stuff like that. And it's just incredibly well paced, and it feels so nerve wracking as well. But I just super enjoyed it. Plus, when you learn the extra little tricks that were available in the game, like if you left it for a week, when you returned, he would be dead, and it would be like he passed out, and you couldn't even give him his last fight. He was basically died of old age, so it was more just like shame on you, Snake. And you can actually kill him right at the start when he like comes out, like really near the beginning of the end. He comes out in a wheelchair, and you can actually shoot him at that point, and it completely gets rid of him and gets rid of that boss fight entirely. But it flings the wheelchair at Snake, so he has to dodge out of the way. So classic Kojima there. But I just
tried doing that so many times.
Oh really?
Never could.
I don't think
Go on, Gary, go on.
No, I was about to say, I don't think I ever tried it at the time. I only found out about it afterwards. I did know about the leaving it for a week one, because I did it accidentally.
I have a confession to make. I've never actually fought him.
Oh, really?
Because I got the official guide with the game. So the first time through, I just moved my PS2's date forward a week.
Oh.
So, and then the consecutive times through, I've just shot him in the wheelchair. Because what you can do is aim the scope, use the scope to zoom in, your binoculars, and then if you leave yourself in first person, you stay exactly in line. So then you just draw your pistol and you can shoot, and you'll be, So I've never actually fought him, so I don't know what the fight's like.
Oh mate, it's really good. It's really good. Like I remember there was like a strategy which I had was if you stand out in the open, he shoots you and he shoots you in a certain direction, and if you then unpause it, you can look at the direction in which the wound was in, and you can roughly where he is.
Christ.
Oh my god! That game. It's so good.
But yeah. I mean, it was only general. It was like, he was on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, and he was, in front of you. It wasn't like it was like, I could tell the exact angle and work it out. But, mate, it was a very cool fight, and I love Metal Gear Solid 3. And, yeah, so...
It's awesome.
Ollie.
I've got a good Metal Gear Solid 3 tip, actually, about boss fights. When you're fighting the guy, the Pain, with the bees, if you put a beehive down, they just fly into that.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. And also, if you wear white face paint, the bees don't bother you.
Ah.
So there's 2 little tips for you. Pretty random. My favourite boss fight actually is another Metal Gear Solid one. It's the Harrier jump jet from Metal Gear Solid 2. That was
Good.
very, very good. So basically you're playing as Raiden and you go out into the opening because you're usually indoors, but there's these connecting bridges between each of the buildings. So you run out to one of the connecting bridges and there's a jump jet flying around, just as you do. And Snake and Otacon come in their helicopters. They come back you up, and they throw weaponry down to take out the jump jet. But for some reason, you can hear Solidus, who is the guy you're fighting. You can hear him, even though he's in the jet, like as if he's got a loudspeaker and he's just shouting. I don't really know why. Like he's flying past. It's like so loud. You can literally your TV is basically vibrating on its stand, but you can still hear him like. Ha ha! Like flying past, and then you can hear Snake like he's like, "Oh, catch this!" Like throws a rocket launcher out, and it uses the Dead Cell music from Metal Gear Solid 2, which is my favourite Metal Gear Solid song as well. So, yeah, loved it. Awesome. It's always stuck in my head. As soon as you said favourite bosses, that was the first one that came to my head. So
yeah, I do remember that one, and I remember it favourably as well because they're like it's something like you're pretty good when you like nail him with a shot. And I was like. Hey, you just shot your plane. Don't say he's pretty good. Just fly out of the way. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And he screams in pain as well, which I liked, even though you're shooting his plane. But
Oh, well, it's very connected, It's his plane. There's many like it, but this one's his. But Chris, do you have one as well? What's your favourite boss fight?
Yeah. How many of the Colossi in Shadow of the Colossus can I count as a boss?
Oh,
mate.
Can I count all of them?
Go for it, man. Yeah.
Right, so there's one when you're in the desert and it's flying around above you and it's got like big air sacs. Have you guys played it?
Yeah.
I've played it, but I've only killed the first 2.
Yeah, I've only played it when I played
I know
it.
who you mean. It's the centipede guy.
Yeah. So it's called Phalanx basically, and it's the biggest one in the game, like just size wise, and it flies around above you and it's got these like big air bladder sac type things, and you have to chase after it on your horse, and you're like firing arrows at it from the ground to like burst these air sacs so it comes down close, and then you have to make like this amazing like leap of courage off the back of your horse to land on its wing, and you hang on to it, and at that point it's like air sac heals and refills and it takes off into the air, and you're like hanging on the back of it like a freaking windsock. And then you finally get up there and crawl your way up it, and like you kill it and stuff. But what I liked about that one is that like it never tries to fight you. No matter what you do, you shoot it, it hits the ground, you run up, you stab its like weak spot, and like loads of black gunk flies everywhere, and its health knocks down. It shakes you off, and you land back on your horse. And he just carries on flying. He doesn't try and attack you or leave. He just carries on flying around his house. Like, that was the bit in that game where I was like, man, I'm a dickhead. This is horrible. But yeah, that was great. I just loved that. I have really fond memories of jumping off the back of... is it Wanda, the horse? Or was Wanda the dude? No, Aggro. Aggro is the horse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, really good memory of like leaping off the back of aggro and like landing on the wing of this thing flying around that's like just scraping the ground because it's trying to get back up again, and like it was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. I love that boss fight.
That's an awesome game.
Mate, awesome game for boss fights as well. I mean, Christ, I would just play the first boss and I was like blown away because it was one of those games I was like, oh, I've heard good things about it, and I just like switched it on and played it, and I played like the first two just straight in a row just I was transfixed by it. But man, very cool indeed.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's basically just like 15 boss fights in a row. That's what that game is.
There you go, perfect for this category, eh?
Exactly.
And Tess, what's your favourite boss fight?
Mate, mine's a really recent one that I've played. I was going to say Bayonetta, but actually, I've just played Alice Madness Returns. Has anybody else here played it?
No.
No? The silence tells me no. It's a really, really good game. It makes you think, and there's puzzles, and it's just a really smooth hack and slash, and it's just great. But the last boss I wasn't expecting at all, and basically he's like this giant puppet man, and you fight his hands. His hands are like the bosses, and then but this is in Wonderland, and then at the end of the game she pushes him, the real him, in front of a train, and that's how she defeats him. So like you defeat him in both worlds.
Spoilers, jeez, what?
Yeah, it's an old game, man. It's like 8 years old.
All right.
If anybody hasn't played it,
Fuck 'em. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it was a bit niche. Not many people did play it, but you know. But yeah, it's just one of the most interesting boss fights I think I've ever done. It's not incredibly technical, but it's just out of the box, man. I wasn't expecting it at all, not one bit.
Sounds like the end of Smash Brothers.
But the hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure it had the same emotional weight and impact as well.
absolutely did, yeah. I started crying like, this reminds me of the Master Hand.
Keep it together. Keep it together. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Oh, yeah, we're done. You did yours
That's
first.
I did. That was it.
Sorry, go on.
That was wonderful. It was a nice bit of variety as well. That's cool. Well, apart from us just doing 2 MGS ones, but
Well,
apart from
because
that,
MGS
good
is
variety.
Amazing. So.
Yeah.
I mean, one's an old man and one is a Harrier jump jet. They're pretty different. I think we're all right.
Oh man, good stuff. I wonder what boss fights are going to be in Death Stranding. The little baby.
Hope so.
Oh Christ, mate, that could literally be anything. You could. One of the bosses is probably a wave. You know, like could literally be anything at this point.
Yeah.
Oh man, but exciting stuff. But yeah, cheers for being with us for this show. Please subscribe and leave your 5-star reviews. It super helps. If you do that, that'd be wonderful. And you can find us at our website, lastlifeclub.com, which is obviously this is based off of. So if you go there and check out the articles, that'd be wonderful. And on all the social medias, we're at Last Life Club. So the new Instagram that we're on, and Twitter and Facebook, just hit us up there. And what is everyone's Twitters? Mine's at LLC Gaz. Ollie?
And at LLC Oliver.
Tess?
I'm at LLC important _Tess.
And Chris.
I'm at Christian_Guy, and that's Christian with an E, not an A.
Wonderful. Okie dokie. Well, thanks for joining us, and take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.